What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony TGD coming at you with a video on this new DMCA bill that everybody's talking about. Talking about you're going to go to jail if you stream music or video or do some gameplay footage on your YouTube or Twitch channel. And I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. That is not what the bill is about. And I got the bill in front of me right here. I will link it in the description of the video. We're just going to go real quickly over it and let you know what it actually says, what's in there, what it's about. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is going to affect streaming on Twitch, streaming on YouTube, D Live, all that kind of stuff. That's not what it's about. This bill, which is not actually a full bill, it's actually just an amendment. As you can see, it's to amend Title 18 of the United States Code to prohibit illicit digital transmission services. What this bill is actually aimed at is websites, companies, places that are basically streaming movies, games, they're streaming uh, audio, things of that nature, them websites that you go to where you can, get fan translations of different things like anime and movies from foreign countries. That's what they're actually going after. Those are the things that need to be worried about. So what they're targeting is, all those fan translations, all those fan projects, people that they don't want to go to Crunchyroll for those messed up translations. They want to get, better translations, more accurate translations. This bill is going to stop those places. This bill is going to stop places that are doing fan projects of video games because it's not aimed at individuals. It's aimed at websites. It's aimed at companies. And let's just go through it. It's only 5 pages, real short. This opening page is nothing but the amendment title, who's in it. Mr. Tillis, he's the guy who's fronting the bill. Like I said, it's an amendment to Title 18 in the United States Code to prohibit illicit digital transmission services. That's basically saying, streaming services. Second page, all it is definitions. You can go through that yourself. We don't really need to go over that. Page 3 lets you know the copyright. It's going to go into a little more detail who the copyright holder is, what copies mean, more definitions. You can look that up yourself. Right here is where we're really getting into the meat of it. It is the prohibited act. It shall be unlawful to willfully and for purposes of commercial advantage, making money, or private financial gain, making money, to offer or provide to the public a digital transmission service, streaming service that, number 1, is primarily designed or provided for the purpose of publicly performing work protected under Title 17 by means of a digital transmission without the authority of the copyright owner or the law. So like I said, like a website or some kind of streaming service that you set up, an app that allows you to watch things that you shouldn't, maybe pay-per-views, maybe boxing matches, stuff like that. So it's got to be if it's primarily designed or if it has no commercially significant purpose or use other than to publicly perform works protected under Title 17 by means of a digital transmission without the authority of the copyright owner or the law. Now that means that's right there what I was talking about. This is going to protect Twitch. This is going to protect YouTube because YouTube, Twitch, D Live, they have purposes other than to do digital transmissions of protected works. They actually have things that are good, things that are not, copyrighted material, things that are acceptable by the law. So that's going to save them. That's going to keep them out of, trouble. And the third thing that, they're going after is to intentionally marketed by or at the direction of that person to promote its use in publicly performing works protected under Title 17 by means of a digital transmission without the authority of the copyright owner. Basically, that's like saying if you have a service that's pointing to another service, like you're marketing some other place, hey, go to this place, and they're going to be able to hook you up with these things. Then it just goes into the penalties. Basically, they want to give, whatever penalty you would get from the original crime, plus they're going to add, depending on, the severity, how many times you're doing it, maybe 3 years, possibly 5 years, 10 years. And then it says the rules of construction, nothing in this section shall be constructed to, number one, affect the interpretation of any provision of civil copyright law, which means that they're not going to overwrite what's already in the civil copyright law, including the limitations of liability set forth in Section 512 of Title 17, or principles of secondary liability. Basically, they're not changing anything that's already set. So everything you know about DMCA copyright law, that's all staying the same. They're not adding or changing anything there. And they're not going to, number two, prevent any federal or state authority from enforcing cable theft. Basically, it's not going to affect, if you're stealing cable, they're still going to be able to go after you. This is not changing that. And then basically the last little line here is the table of sections amendment. The table of section for Chapter 113 of Title 18 United States Code is amended by inserting after the item related to Section 2319B the following: 2319C, illicit digital transmission services. And that's basically the whole thing. What it boils down to, like I said through this whole video, is if you're running an app, you're running a service, a website, something that's going to have basically copyrighted material that you do not have permission to stream, to allow other people to watch, they're going to go after you. Whether it's fan translations, whether it's you grabbing works from other countries that aren't available in the particular country you're in. So if you're like saying, hey, you know what, we can't see Godzilla in France, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that and put it up on a website and charge people $5 to watch Godzilla. No, that's illegal, and they're gonna fucking give you jail time for that. But that's really the whole gist of this thing. Everybody's fear mongering. You got a lot of people who haven't actually read this, who have no idea what the new bill, the new amendment is saying. They're just fear mongering. Oh my God, people are gonna go to jail for streaming because that gets them clicks. The truth does not get you clicks. Fear mongering, yelling, sitting in your chair, looking at the screen, talking about how the government's coming after you for playing music on your fucking Twitch stream. That's gonna get you clicks. That's gonna get people sharing your video. That's gonna get people fucking talking. But the sad reality is none of that is true. That's not what's in this bill. Now, I'm not saying this bill is good. I'm not saying this bill doesn't have some room for people to abuse it and abuse this new authority. What I'm saying is it's not going after you if you're playing background music while you're Twitch streaming. It's not going after you for playing Fortnite on YouTube. It's not going after you if you're on DLive playing Minecraft. And it's not going after you if you're fucking reacting to a video or reacting to some anime. It's only going after companies that are hosting copyrighted material that they're streaming for public consumption or private financial gain. Basically, you can't, put a paywall and say, well, the public can't see it, so it's okay. No, that's not okay. If you charge people to come see this and it's behind some kind of paywall that the general public can't see, you're still breaking the law. That's not a workaround. That's not a loophole. And like I said, that's all there is to it.